Welcome to CRT episode 33. I'm your host, Trash Can Jones.
And I'm Bragg.
Co-host. Had to double check, make sure we were at the right recording levels. But I am completely out of topics, except for my one thing that I brought to the table. You said you had something to start it off with, though?
So, I like going to the store.
Mm-hmm.
And someone outside asks me for money. I say, sorry, I got no cash.
Right.
Go into the store. End up with a little bit of cash. Give that to them when I leave.
Yeah, well, that's a fair thing.
Specifically, when I go to the dispensary, I go in there and I pay with a card. And after I pay with the card, I'll get cash back.
Why?
Kind of weird, right? Well, it turns out, as far as I know, that dispensaries in Illinois are required to be cash businesses, cash transactions. So they'll have like an ATM in there.
Right.
What they're doing is, at the point of service, you sign into your ATM, you do a withdrawal, rounding up to the nearest 10. They withdraw the money, they take out the part that's for the payment for the weed, then they give you the remainder.
Huh.
As cash.
I guess that's a better way to banks. You just don't have tons of cash that you have to go deposit if you're a dispensary.
It's literally just using a card to buy the thing, except you get a couple dollars at the end of it in cash.
It's not legal federally, so they can't bank with it federally.
It's just so weird. It's a workaround for, like, it's a pretty direct, like, they're just not doing, like, what this is intended to do.
Right.
Way to skirt around that, which I think is interesting, because there's a couple different things like that as, like, ways that smaller businesses will, like, tend to do things.
Right.
So, did you ever see something that said $5 minimum for credit?
Yeah, gas stations and things like that, because isn't it that they have to pay a certain amount of charge themselves on credit card charges, so it's like not worth it unless they have at least a certain amount?
Yeah. Well, that's actually not allowed. It's illegal.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. But
So,
they just
go ahead and threaten all the gas station attendants.
I was going to say,
To
the
your
gas
heart's
station
desire.
attendants that just yell at you to not do it, they just kind of hoping you back down.
But something else that I've noticed, actually, the other thing that you can't do, maybe it's only one of these two things, you can't have an extra charge for using a credit card at a place of business.
Isn't it that gas places have, like, if you pay cash, you get a discount on gas?
That's the thing, is that they know that it's illegal to do an extra charge for somebody using a card or something like that, so they changed to have a cash-only discount system. Perfectly fine. Not a question.
Yeah, I see. A little skirt the rules.
Yeah.
Huh. That's pretty funny. I never knew that. I never knew that was, like, specifically illegal, because it's literally, it just skirts doing the same exact thing, basically.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways. It feels like, you know, if these laws are actually meant to prevent these things, they should be a little bit more encompassing.
They got bigger problems.
It's much funnier that we switched over to cash discount instead of.
They got to make sure that you
card
know
surcharge.
to pay before you pump, or else, they're focused on them, different areas. So
They
weird.
say it on every single screen.
It's written in, like, cursive sometimes too, to be fancy. Like, what? Who cares? Not to harp on that again. But I have brought something to the table, another game, a guessing game for you that involves different fast food places. So these are going to be fast food chain reviews, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you 3 of them and wait and hold your guess as to what it is until after all 3. And then we're going to try and see if you can figure out which chain these reviews are about. And they'll get maybe, a progressively a little more descriptive as to what the orders are. I had to change them a little bit because obviously they just, threw out the names of, like, this enter restaurant name is terrible.
Question 1. The reviewer says, never going to this McDonald's again. 1 star.
Yeah, what is the restaurant? Exactly.
It was a Wendy's, actually.
Probably good that they're never going there again. Okay, so first one. This one's from John. 5 cars in front of me, the window. 25 minutes after ordering. The soda came from a 2-liter of Coke, and on top of that, it was flat. Are most fast food places trash? It sure seems so. How can you tell that the soda came from a 2-liter?
Probably saw it.
I saw him just pour it. Like, I know.
So, I'm gonna rule out McDonald's.
All right, but don't have any guesses as to what it is until you hear all of them. Don't want you to be jumping the gun. But
Oh, hear all of them? Oh, there's multiple reviews for this place?
there's 3 reviews, yeah, for each different
Ooh.
restaurant.
Okay.
So it's gonna get more descriptive potentially as he goes on.
Well, I want to put my reasoning out there.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
discounting McDonald's because while you do see people complaining about the ice cream machine all the time, apparently they put a lot of work into their soda, and like it's known as like one of the best places to taste Coke from.
Sure.
Is McDonald's. So I don't think they would be having such a significant issue, and I don't know if they would actually just substitute Coca-Cola from a 2-liter for their McDonald's Coke, right? I think they would be a bit too prideful to do that.
Maybe it's a little bit of a more rundown of a place.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
We'll find out, but that's my initial I don't know.
All right. So for the next one, this one's from Mo. Do not go there. They are unloyal, fraud, and slow. I went to order 2 sandwiches from them, and then I asked them to put cheese on them, which is extra. They charged me, and they didn't put it on my sandwiches. The drive-thru service is slow and unloyal. This guy really favors loyalty at his fast food restaurants.
I don't think that's top 10 things I want out of a restaurant.
Loyalty. They are unloyal.
Loyal to who?
To the customer, I guess. He was really harping on it, though.
Okay, so we got a place where you would want to add cheese to a sandwich. Got it.
And this one's a bonus one. Doesn't count towards all the 3. I just laughed really hard at this when I found it because it's not even a bad review. It's one of the workers has a GoFundMe to get a car. Just a terrific guy. Absolutely great guy. Wonderful. From Dylan.
Aw.
Wonder who has the GoFundMe. Is it Dylan? Anyway.
Do they have the link?
No, he didn't.
Just getting the word out.
Great guy. Wonderful guy. All right. Now this last one. This one, this is why I said I hesitated to descriptive, because it's a doozy of one. I don't know how descriptive it will be towards the restaurant, but it's certainly descriptive of the experience.
Okay.
This is from Brandy. This is the worst restaurant experience I have ever had went through the drive-thru to order. The person taking the order keep asking what was the order, not paying attention, and laughing. Got home, the order was completely wrong, and I called to tell them. They seem to have an attitude that they messed up my order. Fast forward, I brought the order back, walked into the store, and a blonde is just staring at me, so I said hello to her, and she still did not respond, just standing there as if she does not comprehend and looks as if she is high. And when I tell her I called about my order, she's still standing there looking lost, asking if I really called, and laughing, looking it took for another worker who was sitting at the table to tell the cook what I was there for. All the while, the blonde was just standing there. The blonde has no type of customer service and should not be allowed to interact with customers at all.
The blonde.
So the multiple steps of this. So if you get a bad, not even you get home from your fast food order and realize they messed it up, are you calling the place? Are you ringing them up to be like, hey?
I typically don't, but I could see someone, wanting to get their order right. They paid for it.
Right. I feel like calling them isn't the first step. First of all, I would check it before I left so that I can get there. And second of all, if it's really that big of a deal, just go get something else. If you're going to go back out to, I don't know. I feel like going to try and get it replaced with the receipt and everything. If you really are scorned by it, then fine. Especially if it was a big order, then it's like, come on. I have the receipt. Give me everything that I paid for. But if it's you're just trying to get a couple sandwiches and you're out $5-6 and you're just like, I want my sandwiches, damn it. I feel like you're going a little too far.
I feel like this should have just been solved by they should have just replaced it, right? It shouldn't have been that big of a deal. The blonde is at fault.
Yeah, it seems like she just
opinion.
got clowned on at whatever this restaurant is because they went back and the worker there was really like, you actually called about a fast food order? What? They were just
Right.
confused at the whole situation. She's probably just like shocked and paralyzed that someone actually like brought food back. She probably never saw that, well, it go that way. Food always comes out the door, never comes back in. Anyway, that's all the reviews. What do you think is the restaurant?
So, big piece of information. Hamburger where you can ask them to add cheese. Now, there's a lot of places where, like, you have just 2 different menu items for the same sandwich, but one with cheese. Mm-hmm. Which wouldn't be a surcharge. It would be a different menu item.
Right.
So that's a little bit of receipt forensics.
Do you know which places have, like, do one or the other?
I'm getting ideas.
Okay.
Coca-Cola. Now, Coca-Cola is served in McDonald's.
Yes.
And most places under the Yum Food brand, which includes, like, Taco Bell, Long John Silver's, A&W, KFC, and I think one more thing, Wendy's. They mostly do Pepsi products.
Right.
Right? Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew and Mountain Dew Baja Blast for Taco Bell.
So as much as I... What's Fanta?
Fanta, I'm pretty sure, is Coke, because isn't it Pepsi Crush? Or do I have that backwards?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Fanta's Coke.
Dr. Pepper, A&W.
Dr. Pepper's everywhere. It's its own thing. Plays for both teams, so it's always on top. Shout out to Dr. Pepper.
Subway.
Incorrect. It was Burger King.
Damn it.
It was actually really hard to find entertaining reviews about Burger Kings because most of them are just bad. Most of them were just like, my food was bad, was a hair in it, 1 star. And it's just like, that's not funny. it's just sad. Like, it was really, I had to dig for those. Burger King was just a sad experience all around here. Don't go to Burger King.
Yeah, they have an evil blonde.
They have an
Who'll
evil
make fun of
blonde
you
who'll
and
just
get you the
clown
wrong
you if you
food.
try to get your food right. Okay. The next place of eating. This review comes from Jay. Very rude service person at the restaurant in Crestwood. I probably should bleep the name so we don't dox where our location is. Although it's like South Chicago, so who cares? Rolled her eyes and made a rude remark when I asked for a cup of water. Slammed our tray on the counter and said, "Here's your food." As I was picking up our food, the tray, I heard her say to her coworkers, "Did they really think I would bring them their food? Very, very rude and for no reason. We were polite and kind customers." I feel like whenever you have to add that to a review, though, you probably weren't. I feel like if you're really trying to point that out, like, I was perfectly fine and they did everything wrong, it's like, I feel like you might have been a little overbearing.
To be honest, when you pitched the segment to me, I thought I would be siding a lot more with the employees, but like, honest, like, you worked fast food. Like some people are just really that mean behind the counter.
Okay, that's fair. I like the part of this review. Not everyone put the ratings for it, but this one has service 1 out of 5, food 5 out of 5, atmosphere 5 out of 5. So all right, it's besides the service,
They like the chain.
Yeah,
they didn't like this specific one.
Also, a really weird thing at the bottom of this, recommendation for vegetarians, would not recommend. Vegetarian offerings, however, clearly labeled vegetarian dishes.
So they're saying that, like, they're not going to come in and get a lot of options if you're a vegetarian. But if you do end up there, you know that you can order something that's vegetarian. I get that.
I suppose.
But Taco Bell's off the table. Taco Bell is the most vegetarian-friendly fast food chain.
I'm going to say, you can get the potato tacos and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We also got fresco style, which removes all dairy if you're vegan and replaces it with pico de gallo. And any item can be subbed, beans for beef.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know why you'd buy like a chicken or steak item and do that, though, because that's just more money.
Give me a double steak burrito, but get the steak with beans.
2 extra servings of steak. on top of the double and then turn them into beans.
Substituted for beans.
I want to pay an extra $1 for no reason.
You just slop me full of beans. Give me a bean tube. Just roll up
Yep.
some beans in a tortilla for me.
Mhm.
Well, this next review comes from, I love the name too, Tony Baloney. I don't normally include the last names, but this wasn't a real person last name, so I got to throw it in there.
You don't... Tony Baloney is going to call in and be pissed.
Oh, you have no idea. This is the worst of these on the planet. Save yourself the heartache and trouble. Drive an extra mile or two to any other location, any place but here. Save yourself the trouble. The people there are soulless, horrible customer service representatives. They're slinging overpriced garbage, and it's seeped into their souls. He's very emphatic. He had a horrible experience there.
So now I'm on the side of the workers.
Fucking demons work here, I guess.
To this man.
They got an exorcism or something that he had to go through.
Why is he blaming them for the prices?
It's seeped into their souls.
It's ridiculous.
Their souls are tainted. He went in there like Van Helsing and was just like...
I kind of want to go to an evil fast food joint. Evil down to the core. Just check it out.
Yeah, right. Like, it's actually, like, doesn't even try to hide it. Like, it's just the villain's fast food joint. We're probably going to kill you if you come in here. We're going to try to, anyway. Yeah, right? Yeah. It's like, that's their whole gimmick. Like, yeah, trying to kill you. Oh. Like, the axe swings in front of you when you order. Like, almost got you. Okay, this last review is from Shiny. I don't remember what the last name was, but I don't know why I didn't include it. I had to give you a 1 star is very generous. I come through once a week for my frap and breakfast sandwich. The sandwich was burnt hard like a hockey puck. The frap was the only I ate. Please watch your backline for food quality control. Incinerated sausage to shake my damn head. That was a really hard one to try and read. I just had to read the words one at a time. There was no structure to it.
You maybe don't know it, but you gave me a lot of information.
Oh,
frap and
I know I
breakfast
did.
sandwich.
Yeah. I know I did.
And
These
sausage.
are supposed to get a little, as I said, as the third one gets there, is more descriptive.
So, that brought me straight to Starbucks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks is a place where... So that first one, like, were the customers actually thinking they were going to be brought their food to their table, or did the worker just assume that?
I guess I don't know. That's when am I going to ask for a cup of water? Slam the tray on the counter. So I guess maybe the customers expected it, and they were like, the worker was like, no, you're going to take it right here.
So the customer's definitely not indicating that they thought they were going to get it served to them.
I think that's the whole thing. I think it's that they indicated like, oh, you can bring us the food, and the worker was like, slam it on the counter, like, no, here's your food, and then that's what they were upset about. Like, how dare they not bring us our food? They were very rude about not bringing us our food. It's like that's not what McDonald's does. Sorry, they give you your food at the counter.
You said McDonald's.
Ah, shit! I gave it away. Damn it.
Yeah, I guess Wendy's.
Well, you were incorrect.
No.
Yeah, damn it. You were on the wrong trail, though. You were going to say Starbucks.
Well, no, I was also thinking McDonald's because they do have breakfast sandwiches that they're known for, and they do have frappes.
They do the fraps,
which
yeah.
They are a little less known for.
Damn it. I blew one of them. I was hesitant, too, because I think there's one of these that I forgot to delete. I haven't seen it yet, but I was like, I got to make sure to, like, jump over that in my brain. I got 2 in my head about it.
All right. We'll decide whether or not that point counts when it comes to the end. See how many I have.
All right. Whether it's going to be a win or loss. You're already down 1, so we'll just say that you're in the shit no matter what, even if you were tied it.
Yeah, I'm right now. I'm down 1. That one might come in as a bonus star at the end.
Right. As long as I don't mention what this place is. So the third and final restaurant. The review from Frank. Little Miss Attitude that answered the phone on 9/14/2024 at 11:38 p.m. thinks she cool and can throw an attitude talking about she too busy for DoorDash questions. No, you ain't. You closing soon, little good ab. Wouldn't recommend this location to no one until they get better service. That little, oh, I'm too busy for my job, need to be fired. Just a business professional opinion.
They put in that they called at 11:58.
11:38.
38.
Yeah. And they're like, you're not busy, you're closing soon. You think they want to take your call and answer DoorDash questions? I'm pretty sure they can't answer DoorDash questions.
Yeah, they wouldn't. They wouldn't do that. They're not the people for it, really. Well, I guess it depends on what your DoorDash question is, but there's probably not the people for it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times you're like, mopping and stuff like that, sweeping, like
Right, you got
getting the food
cleanup.
ready to like be put in like storage overnight.
Right, especially towards like the end of the night. That's probably when you're the most busy because you're like cleaning up to make sure like you're just done.
Mm-hmm. It's a classic thing of like, it's 11:38 and you like got all the cleaning that you need to get done, and then somebody walks in. You're like, son of a bitch.
So you do disagree with his business professional opinion of needing that worker needing to be fired?
Yeah.
Yeah, I disagree as well. I appreciate the business professional opinions he's putting out here, but not a place for business professionals, this podcast. Sorry.
Yeah.
This next one from Jose. If I could leave 0 stars, I would. Ordered $32 worth of food, pulled up to the window to be told, I can't pay with the $50 bill. So I went in to speak to a manager. The manager told me they limited bills, so I can't pay $50. I can't have $32 worth of food. You guys don't have $18 in bills. So now I have to drive 45 minutes to the next location to feed my family. You're starving this man. How dare you, corporation?
I feel like not accepting a 50, like I personally think you should just get the marker, right? But like if you're not, like that's really common.
Yeah, I feel like Fatima brought it up of like they do it so they don't like give away all their change. But I mean, like if it's close to $50 of what you're ordering, then you're not really gonna give away that much. I don't know.
Well, if you accept a $50 or $100 bill and like the cost of something is significantly lower than that, like $32 to $50, that's not that crazy, but they're just blocking the bills like outright. You're stealing you're stealing $50 or $100 from them because you get whatever you purchased and you get change back. That's real money.
But
If it was counterfeit that you're paying.
Oh yeah, that's
so that's
true.
why they don't do 50s and 100s or at least that's what I thought.
Makes
because,
sense.
like if it is fake, that is $50, like completely gone.
That makes sense, and that's probably a big hit for like a daily profit margin for a fast food place.
Mm-hmm. And you get in trouble if you're, if your drawer's missing like $10 or whatever.
Right.
But.
All right, and the last one, there is a bonus one for this, but I'll tell you after you guess. The last review for this one. I ordered an item, and it looked like this. Couldn't even pick it up to eat it. Terrible experience. Fired. I'm mad because I'm a night manager at one of these places, and that's not right. Get people that know what they are doing while working. Please get it together. Fired him in the review. I had to put that in. That's awesome. Fired. As soon as they get on Yelp, they're just like, can't go in today, boss. Look at.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly. When I was working fast food, I would check the Yelp every morning to make sure I still had a job.
Make sure I wasn't fired.
Yeah, publicly. In
get
town square.
It's so good though. Seriously, that was the one that was the impetus for all of this. As soon as I saw the all caps someone getting fired in the review, I was like, "That's awesome." Who is that? Like, feel like that up about themselves that they're like, "You're fired if I ever see you. If you were working for me, oh."
I'm gonna hunt you down and fire you. What was the first one about again?
The first one was Little Miss Attitude. Ain't got no time for DoorDash questions. I love that dude. Just starting off with Little Miss Attitude, like he really was fucking feeling good about himself.
He was
mad. He was really like, "Oh, this'll get her." Little Miss Attitude.
So my first instinct is Taco Bell.
Okay.
No, just a vibe. After that, maybe a Wendy's. Because I don't think the Wendy's stays open that late, do they?
They stay open till like 2, 3 in the morning.
Well, this place closed at midnight. So what kind of place closes at midnight? Some places not getting orders late into the night.
I don't know. COVID changed a lot of things. A lot of places aren't open 24 anymore.
This was a combination A&W Long John Silver's.
That's what you're gonna guess?
I'm not locking that in. No.
That's a wild one.
We had one of those in my home. There was like a cursed ass outlet for like a fast food joint in my hometown. It was like right across the street from a McDonald's, and they'd open it up and it'd be like, "This is a combination A&W Long John Silver's." Did not stick around.
Yeah, no, that's two weird restaurants that nobody goes to.
And they did do Hardee's after that, but I just don't think.
Another one that really nobody goes to. It's like a lesser. I'm sure it's got decent things, and there's probably people who are like, no way, that's the best one. You still go to McDonald's, but I don't know anybody that eats at Hardee's or Carl's Jr.'s. I don't know. Which do we have?
We have Hardee's.
Is it? Okay.
I
know they're
was,
the
I
same
always thought
thing.
that Carl's Jr. was like a fucked up name. Like, why is it possessive?
Because it's Carl's Jr. Burger, right? Don't they make like Junior? Isn't that the thing? They have like the small burgers, or I have that completely
it's
off?
like a normal sized burger.
Oh, I thought their thing was they have like the tinier ones, like not sliders, but not exactly full burgers. Maybe I'm thinking of somewhere else.
Yeah, no, I swear it was like a normal sized burger. I just remember when it was like one of the first YouTube campaigns I ever saw. It was like a bunch of people like Nika Higa and like, well, I don't know, Fred and all them.
They had Carl's Jr. ads?
Yeah. It was like
Whoa.
all of them at once. It was like the first big campaign that I saw.
Okay, that's kind of cool. They were ahead of the time, getting YouTubers to advertise stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't think it's a Hardee's.
Okay.
I don't think there's a Hardee's out here. We got Little Miss Attitude. We got trying to spend $32 and can't spend a 50 there.
They're not taking the 50.
And
fired.
fired.
So bad they fired him.
Terrible piece of food. I think it's Taco Bell because if there's something that's like that fucking ugly on a plate, like it has to be Taco Bell. Like you can't fuck up a burger that bad, can you?
Taco Bell's where you're locking in?
Taco Bell's what I'm locking in.
Taco Bell is correct.
There we are.
This is the picture of the taco they could not pick up. It's a very,
That's what
very
I'm
normal
saying.
Taco Bell thing. The bottom is just gone every time you get it.
Yeah, you can't fuck up you could fuck up Taco Bell food like that, like so many different ways. But like a burger, like unless you punch it or something,
Smash it.
like the type of complaints that people have about burgers is like, you know, they gave me the damn tomatonator, and it's like
Tomatonator.
yeah, it's a fucking
I love that picture.
yeah,
So many tomatoes.
It was just one tomato, but it's like half an inch thick.
I didn't order no damn tomatonator. That's so good.
Or like just having a McChicken with like a big old plop of mayonnaise on it, like an encompassing plop of mayonnaise.
The extra review for Taco Bell, say I couldn't censor this out just because it was so funny. From Davina, if I order 4 tacos, please put more than 2 packs of sauce in the bag. Thank you. That is all.
How many stars?
I think she gave it like a 3-star review. But
Okay,
it's just
fair.
like that's the truth. So someone out here not crazy, just speaking some rational facts, like, hey, just how about more than 2 sauces? How about you give me at least 1 per taco? I'd like 2 per taco, but I understand, the handfuls it's whoever's working that day.
I remember somebody coming through the drive-thru when I worked at a Taco Bell, and they asked for exactly 11 sauce packets.
She just handful it.
No, I mean I counted it out.
Oh, why? I
She,
would've
she
just-
came up and she like at the window. She's like, make sure it's exactly 11.
What?
Like,
Who
I'm
cares?
counting before I leave.
Well, yeah, well,
Like my manager came over to me after like I got the thing. She's like, just give them like 3, and I was like prepared to. And then she comes up to the window. She's like, give me 11. I'm like, okay.
I would have just handfulled it like, scoop, here you go. They wanted all of them. Sorry.
I don't know, man. She had a dangerous aura to her.
See, that's where you get, you ever see there's an Early Impractical Jokers bit where they had to like slingshot White Castle burgers at people. And it's just, you get like an air cannon, but for sauce packets. You just like, how many you want? You load them in there and just shoot them in the car.
Nice t-shirt gun, like a t-shirt gun.
Yeah, just make sure your passenger window's closed. That's where I'm aiming, just against the back wall.
Yeah.
I guess
Next time I'm working drive-thru, and someone asks me for exactly 11 sauce packets, I'll think about your words here today.
Yeah, I forget if it was Milwaukee Brewers or Bucks, but they had a T-shirt cannon operated by their mascot that was just firing out fully wrapped sausages in a bun.
That feels very Wisconsin.
And I want so badly to have like food delivered by like airmail, like shooting to where you have to catch it. It would make it so much more fun. And like you can take out the catching part if we can get some like parachute delivery system like the army men, like the plastic guys have. Just like fire a Subway sandwich out of a gun, then it's parachuting down to you. That would be so much more fantastical.
You just need to have like, okay, here's the future that we want. Everybody has like a net in front of their place, and we got like 2 Uber Eats drivers per city. They got like big ass trucks. You know, you order like however ahead of time. You know, they got the one driver, and then they got like a whole squad of people in the back. You know. It's around noon, so you order your dinner. They send it around in a truck for 5 hours, and then someone takes a T-shirt gun and just shoots it into your net.
After it's been sitting for 5 hours?
Yeah.
That's probably
maybe we'll have more than 2 Uber drivers in the whole city.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I'd like it to just be like more catapulty delivery system. Like I want the people who are giving me the food to be the ones to send it. Like Futurama has those pneumatic tubes. Like that'd be kind of cool, but I feel like that's still a little too direct. Like I want them to have like outside of Little Caesars would probably be the worst thing, but to fucking launch. But outside like Portillo's,
spin on it.
Yeah, like for frisbee it maybe.
Yeah.
Outside of a Portillo, you just get like a howitzer. You just like load up with hot dogs. You just kind of like fire at like a certain degree, like a mortar or something. You just like at a range towards my house. It's just like, all right, well we're launching it now, so just stand outside. And you just see the thing like parachuting onto your, like, maybe your neighbor's lawn because it's not super accurate, but, you know, your neighbor's not expecting a Portillo's order. So if you're standing on the lawn catching a sandwich parachuting down, he's not going to be too upset.
Well, I like the idea of Mortar where it's like, let's say you're at a baseball game or whatever. You don't want to wait for some guy to come around. So you just go on your phone and you order hot dog. They do have a Mortar team.
Yeah.
And it's like in a corner on the side of the field.
That'd be awesome.
And they do all the calculations for where your seat is, and they launch it.
Right.
And you just got to open your mouth.
That's a little too far. I would assume they'd wrap it first in tinfoil. I feel like they wait between innings like, all right, now we have the hot dog delivery, and it's just just mortars firing off hot dogs into the stands. That would be so cool. I would go to every baseball game I could if I can get mortar dogs.
Yeah. But
I would love that.
How are they going to make you spend $14 on a hot dog?
That. Right there. What do you mean? Yeah, you want this hot dog that I can hand you for $5, or do you want to pay $14 and have a mortar launch it at you? Like, here's $20. Keep the change. Give me the mortar.
They're not $5 at the
yeah, no, they're. I mean, Dollar Dog Night, they're $1. But yeah, they're like $8 or something like that, something stupid. Plus, if you get like a side with it that they usually want to try and drink to, then you're paying $15 probably in total. But yeah, no, I would absolutely pay like a $10, $15 hot dog if it was launched from a mortar onto the field into my lap. Are you kidding me? That's awesome.
Yeah. Dinner and a show.
Right? And it's like, if that was just like the delivery system, so like, it wouldn't even be like that much of a show because like the guy next to you might have ordered a hot dog 2 innings ago. So you kind of got most of the effect. And you're like, oh, no, I want a hot dog. The more dog sales go up, you have to pay for the price of the mortars somehow. You keep selling dogs. The dogs pay off the mortars in no time because you're upcharging for the dogs now. Monies. The same dog is just new mortars.
If your card declines, they send the mortar down towards the batter's plate, and they have someone just fucking
just bat the dog away.
Yeah, well, it'd probably explode.
Just send it at the wall. Well,
Yeah.
why would they even shoot it at all?
Because your card declined.
But then it's not like you got the dog and they have to reclaim it now. The dog's still with them. They never gave it to you. It's not like they have to undog you.
They send someone into the stands. They take the hot dog from you. They deliver it back, and then they do that to send a message.
Just to send a message. They get out like one of those little what was the show? Deadliest Warrior, like the gel torsos, and they just put the dog in front of the dog cannon and shoot it with it, just to let people know like these are dangerous. Don't be fucking with us. Don't be skipping on your bill.
You should call baseball people. Let them know we got ideas.
I know they do this at games, like even at like the Thunderbolts game. If you've been to the local, not locally here, but the AAA baseball stadium that's more closer to my house, they shoot like hot dogs and sausages out of the air cannon, like just 10 rows up because it's a smaller stadium. If they could just a little bit more, because it doesn't need to be a full mortar blast. You can still probably make it air cannons, and you could just send hot dogs it would be with absolute no accuracy, but who cares? It would be fun. I would pay extra money for a ticket in the hot dog zone. It's just like, we're firing hot dogs in this general area. You can get a free dog maybe if you're sitting there.
It's actually cheaper than regular stands.
It'd be like the splash zone, like for a Gallagher show or something, or at SeaWorld. You pay more for that. Do you pay more for that? Actually, no, I don't know. I remember I got there and I'm thinking, like, as a kid, like, oh, this is the cool seat, but I didn't pay for the ticket as a kid, so I don't know.
Yeah.
When I went to SeaWorld.
So I'd imagine it'd just be whoever got there earliest, right? You know?
No, I think it's arranged seating. I think they have like the numbers on the.
I believe it. I haven't been to SeaWorld in.
It was a hot minute. It's 20 plus years ago, but I'm pretty sure I remember there at least being like almost like a pool, the way it was marked on the cement, because it's all concrete bleachers.
Mm-hmm. I've been to the Shed Aquarium.
Yeah, I've been there too.
That's fun. I like the Shed Aquarium.
Good times. I like Brookfield Zoo, too. I didn't know when I was a kid, but Brookfield Zoo is like one of the top 5 zoos in America.
That's cool. Yeah.
Right. It's like one of the biggest and best zoos ever. Like, you go to other zoos, they're just like, that zoo puts them to shame. And that was just what I grew up with as the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
My brother, I don't know if I've ever told you, but he went to school for zoology and now works at this, was it South Carolina, I believe? Columbia, South Carolina. He's the head of the mammals at the zoo there. And he talked to me about, like, you know, going and working in zoos. Like, yeah, you know, we grew up going to Brookfield Zoo thinking, like, that's just the normal zoo. Like, oh, no. There's zoos that just straight up don't have, like, any, like, water parts of them because they just, you know, they can't afford that. That's a whole big thing to have, you know, water tanks and filtration and be able to. It's a whole different set of upkeep. Some zoos just have, you know, like the cats and whatever else, like one other animal. That's sort of like can sort of buddy up with the way you have to take care of them, like the same climates, I believe.
Yeah. But I am fully pro zoo, because I know some people are like, oh, we don't like, you know, having the animals and, like, you know, not in the wild and in cages and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, kind of fair, but like, this is like our best way to conserve species.
And it's not like they keep them, like SeaWorld was very bad of like their practices of keeping the whales and very terrible. That one very bad. I am very against SeaWorld, but the zoos are pretty good. The way they try their best to not like interfere with the animals, like the way they live their lives. Obviously, they're not going to live a life that's akin to a nature thing. They're going to be much more safer, not have to deal with a whole lot of the conflict and, you know, things like that. But still, they get a lot of room to run and exercise. They're not just like very sad and sitting things.
And where else can you go when you want to put your hand against the glass and have a monkey do the same and be like, we're not so different?
Not at Brookfield Zoo, because I believe the most zoos don't really do that anymore, because that's kind of like bad for the monkeys, right?
Oh, well, I did that at sorry, monkey.
You're not even supposed to like look them in the eyes. That's the whole thing. Brookfield Zoo has like most of the monkeys and stuff like in the pit. You have to look down because they are very, very aggressive if you do anything like that.
There's different types of monkeys. Right?
Yeah, that's
not
true.
Every single one is going to be like chimps. Crazy. Like
gorillas.
Chimps, you always like, I don't know, like once every decade or so, like you hear the story of like a chimp get out of the zoo, like rip the woman's arms off.
Right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's none of the monkeys at Brookfield Zoo though are like up to the glass like that. Probably because there's so many people that would just disturb them. And it can't be like super good for them.
For me, I was in Indiana.
Yeah, it makes sense.
When I did this.
Yeah. Like I said, that's probably more of what my brother was saying too. Brookfield Zoo has a lot of like good practices and stuff they do where they don't let that, because that probably is detrimental to the animals, having people like come up there and smack it and be like, ooh.
I was not smacking the glass.
I wouldn't say you were. There is other people who are a
little
little less, you know, maybe respectful to it. Would just be like, hey, do a funny gorilla move, or whatever. And they're trying to antagonize it like Frank and Always Sunny.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's it's kind of cool to see go through Brookfield Zoo and you get to see like everything. I didn't realize like you can see cold weather things, you get to see dolphins, you get to see monkeys, you get to see bears, like everything is there. And I had no idea that wasn't just the norm. It's such a cool zoo.
Yeah, you got the free walking
the birds,
peacocks.
The free aviaries. Oh yeah, the peacocks too. They're just kind of walking around.
Yeah, they just let them go.
Yeah, because
it's probably really hard to keep them in a place. I mean, you ran a zoo in Minecraft.
Still running a zoo. That's gonna come back soon, actually.
Yeah. On the trees and shit like that, and then falling into other.
Yeah, you just let them go. I'm not exactly sure.
You have the lion in the gift shop.
They're right next to the gift shop, and yeah, sometimes they can just can get in there. They get mad every single night too, because in Minecraft the way the lions are set are like they hunt at night, so they just hunt you because you can't tame them. So every single day we just have to reset them to make sure they don't kill us, because they're really not liking being in captivity.
Lions aren't nocturnal, are they?
I don't know. I don't know if they actually hunt at night. Maybe they are. Like, cats do like have we were talking about like the better seeing at night, right?
Yeah, but like I don't know. I feel like lions are sort of daytime cats.
I don't know.
Lions, I feel like leopards.
I don't know. My brother would know, but I have no idea. I'm not the animal enthusiast.
I've been to the aquarium in San Diego. It's pretty good.
I've never been there.
There's like one room that's entirely just like breeding chambers. It's like you got a bunch of like baby little manta rays and stuff like that. They're like completely see through. They like go up to the side of the glass and just open up their mouths and stuff.
Sea pancakes, cute.
And then like a lot of like different like feeding animals, like krill or whatever.
Can you feed the manta rays there? Like feed them shrimp?
I don't think I saw a full size manta ray.
Oh,
I just saw the baby ones that they were putting together.
Neat.
A lot of jellyfish and shrimp and stuff. And a lot of like I like those like museum things where it's like, okay, here's like the jawbone of a whale, and it's like 3 times your height.
Right, yeah, it's like bigger than you could even comprehend. You're just like, huh.
Mm-hmm. It's like, here's how big like a tusk would be of this animal. It's like, good thing you don't have one for real. I mean, I guess you could get one ethically, but like not every aquarium museum is going to get one ethically.
Right.
And so, you get to see how big like the horn is of a narwhal, and you're like, oh fuck.
That would impale me if I was in the sea with it. Impale me like 10 times over.
Yeah. Narwhals are also kind of fucked up.
How so?
They got that big ass horn. Isn't that fucked up?
I can't imagine. The things of like the first drawings of like bears and stuff are like super fucked up because like the only people that saw bears were the people who like ran away from them.
So
so
that was
describe.
You actually like they knew what like a lot of bears looked like. They knew what like black bears looked like and stuff like that. But these were like settlers, from like Europe and stuff like that.
Right.
They weren't familiar with the grizzly bear.
The big ass bear.
The grizzly bear, it was all of them made it look like it was sort of a giant dog because like if you saw one, like you were either getting the fuck out and not making a great drawing afterwards, or you were gonna be in trouble.
Or you were dead. You couldn't live to tell the tale.
Yeah.
I forget what we were talking about, but I feel like that's going on the same vein.
You brought up the fucked up bears. I was talking about narwhals.
Oh yeah, the first person to see a narwhal probably did like nobody believed them. Like, look at what I saw in the ocean. Like, what are you talking about? You fucking unicorns live in the ocean? Okay, dude. Like, what? You see a mermaid right after that, buddy? Like, nobody would have believed him until he fucking brought one up ashore or something.
Well, I mean, also weren't mermaids like somewhat of a myth born out of like manatees? Yeah,
or I think it was that like was Christopher Columbus, that dickhead? He saw like wrote about seeing what he thought were mermaids and were manatees. And he just like wrote mermaids are uglier than I thought because he was looking at manatees.
That's funny. Mermaids are from like the Odyssey, Yeah,
okay.
Like they call them sirens.
The siren songs, thing. Yeah. I don't know what the if there was ever like an actual record of them like beyond that, but I think that is a famous thing. Christopher Columbus mistaking manatees, thinking they're mermaids, and just calling them real ugly.
Did he have sex with them?
Not defined. Christopher Columbus was a bad guy, so I'll say yeah.
All right.
He did.
Yeah.
He was just banging manatees left and right. Picked up a couple, banged him, dropped them off a little bit later. Didn't even give him cab fare.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit, that Christopher Columbus.
I'm actually happy with the replacement of Christopher Columbus Day with Indigenous Peoples Day. Feels like it makes sense.
All right. I don't hate it. I mean, especially if we're gonna still celebrate whatever that is.
We need that day off of school.
I said, yeah, okay.
How
if we
am I
need that
become
day,
an adult and then be like, oh, we
get rid of that holiday.
Go to school.
Yeah, no, kid. Indigenous Peoples Day, keep the holiday for sure, for sure.
In Illinois, we got good old Casimir Pulaski.
I never got to celebrate that because I went to private school.
Nah.
I never got that day off. Sucked.
Nah, we should have laws that enforce private schools to take Casimir Pulaski Day off. Because that's just because we got a bunch of Polish people. I don't even really remember what Casimir Pulaski did. I think he was like...
I don't remember either.
I think he was like just like a World War II hero. I mean, not just like a World War II hero, but...
Yeah, you know, just fought in a war, whatever. Small shit.
Of Polish descent. I think that's what his deal was. And there's a lot of it as a hero. I should find this out. I don't want to...
Yeah, Casimir Pulaski is just some fucking Polish bum. He probably went to World War II or something. Who knows? I didn't get the day off, so I certainly don't care about him, man. Yes, just a joke, folks. Casimir Pulaski, great guy. I'm sure. I'm sure of it.
Who was Casimir Pulaski? Casimir's Mikhail Vladislav Victor Pulaski.
Casimir, I believe, is how his name is fully pronounced.
Yes.
Not cashmere like the sweater.
A Polish nobleman, soldier, and military commander who had been called the father of American cavalry or the soldier of liberty.
Okay, father
Born
of American
March 4th or March 6th, 1745 in Warsaw.
Yeah. Oh, damn. So he was like the early years. Why are we like, did he come over to America in the Revolutionary War?
Died October 11th, 1779, age 34, in Thunderbolt, Georgia.
Hell
what a
yeah.
place.
Thunderbolt. That's probably probably not the best place, especially in that time, to die in. But Casimir Pulaski, besides what your views might have been during the time you were alive, I guess you did good stuff. So good on you.
How did he die?
No, being old, which is like
Death
30,
and
being,
burial.
being 36
Well,
in 1790.
Yeah, really getting up there. While attempting to rally fleeing French forces during a cavalry charge, he was mortally wounded by grape shot.
Ooh, from a ship, the cannons that they load up the grapes.
The reported grape shot that killed him is on display at the Georgia Historical Society in Savannah.
Oh, neat.
I guess it was. I was right. Fought in a war.
Yeah.
War hero. But
Good
it was
old-
a Revolutionary War.
Oh.
So I could see why you'd get a holiday.
Yeah, so I guess the Revolutionists, the one that was like us against Britain, like the big old war that kicked us off. Wasn't
Yeah,
the
Revolution.
Okay. Wasn't the Civil War like Scooby-Doo's was it great-grandfather, who's just an unidentified Civil War hero.
Yeah.
Just not really sure for what side.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also, like, revolution, like, that's, you rise up against something, so it's the British one, and then civil is against itself.
Right, within itself.
Mm-hmm.
I love to, if no one's ever seen the Scooby-Doo family tree, look that up, because it starts with Missing Link Doo. It's just the funniest thing to me. Like a skeleton Scooby-Doo.
That's just his name. They were just calling him that back in the day.
Well, yeah, it's like they call him Grandpa Scooby and Mumsy Doo and
Scrappy
Daddy Doo.
isn't on there, though. It's still such a flaw.
I see it's down below Scooby, down in the pits of hell where he belongs.
Yeah, but who's his dad?
I assume one of Scooby's cousins?
You're right, but
Yeah, I don't know.
is he disowned? Is he not on there?
Probably, yeah. I would not doubt it. He was one of the villains in was the second live action movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's just the movie. He has a spotless track record otherwise. He
No.
says, "Let me at him."
let me at him. Let me at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Scrappy Doo was not worthwhile mentioning, I would just imagine.
Yeah. I disagree.
Big Scrappy Doo head over here.
You can't wipe that off your record.
Get a tattoo of Scrappy Doo or you're lying. I'll get Missing Link Doo if you get Scrappy Doo.
I unfortunately will not be.
If anyone, I think I'd
Scrappy
get
Doo.
what you call it. I forget what his like rock star one was. Where he's like got the Elvis hair and everything. I forget what that uncle was. Like it was probably was it Yabba Dabba Doo?
No, that's
I
what
forget.
the Flintstones say.
Yeah, no, but he has also an uncle that is that. I think it might just be Dabba Doo. Because he has an uncle or a cousin. I forget what the family tree relation is.
It's Doobie Doobie Doo.
Doobie Doobie Doo. That's, yeah.
Which I was going to say Doobie Doo.
Doobie Doobie Doo. That'd be a good one.
His uncle Horton Doo. Scrappy's parent is at least one, or is one, hopefully at least only one.
Only one.
Of the following: Ruby Doo, Yabba Doo, Skippy Doo, and Howdy Doo seems to be
Probably Skippy then, right? Skippy to Scrappy. That makes most sense.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're following, like, name things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doobie Doobie's his great uncle.
So he's a little older. He's not just his uncle. He's his dad's uncle.
I think this is weird. I guess that makes...
It's probably just like put together of like all the different times he's just been like, oh, my great uncle Dabadoo. Like the one time he showed up, just a random throwaway. They just compiled all of that.
Whoopsie Doo.
Whoopsie
Scooby Dum. Scooby D. Good names.
Good
There's
names.
Another family tree.
Of who?
Scrappy Doo is the son of Ruby Doo.
Ruby Doo. Okay. That's official?
I mean, according to this picture found on Tumblr.
Well, all right.
Wow, it's completely different than the other one.
What do you
Still
mean?
has, I mean, it has Doobie Doo, Dixie Doo, and Scooby D as children of an unknown.
Ooh. They have more like unknowns in there, like more perhaps gaps to fill.
This would put them as like cousins to Scooby Doo.
Yeah, the other family tree kind of listed cousins and uncles just kind of haphazardly. It wasn't like a full actual one.
It's very important to get that right. And then Horton had Whoopsie and Scooby Dum.
Scooby Dumb.
Yeah, Horton would have Scooby Dum.
Well, now that we've nailed down the Scooby-Doo family tree, I think we can nail down this episode as well. What do you say?
Yeah.
All
I gotta
right.
feed my cat before she digs her nails into my leg.
That is probably a good call. Thank you for tuning in to episode, was it 33 or 34?
34.
34. I probably said 33 to start this.
We always end on the even one, remember? Because we started with 1 and then 2. You do
Right. So thank you for tuning in to CRT episode 34. If you like what you heard, please tell some people about it. Get the word out there. We would appreciate it. And I don't know, what else should we say? Do we have anything else to send them off with?
Dude, Scrappy Doo was found dead in Miami.
And for more breaking news updates on the Scooby-Doo family tree, tune into CRT.
And I gotta end this episode. I gotta call people.
I got phone calls to make.